Auburn kicks off its first day of spring practice here on the Plains. Wes Sinor joining me now, and we got to start with the quarterback situation. Everybody wants to know, where's Jarrett Stidham? Is he taking first team reps?
He is. Today he was. I mean, obviously Sean White is still recovering from his broken arm that he suffered against Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl, so he's going to be pretty limited. He might be out for all of spring. We don't really know yet, but Jarrett Stidham was taking first team reps today, and Woody Barrett was with the second team. So that's just, I mean, can't really look like too far into that, but obviously I think that most people believe that Stidham will eventually win this quarterback job.
And Wes, you know, we don't get to see a whole lot of practice. We get about a 15-minute window. We'll get a few more of those here during spring practice. But overall, can you get a gauge on what Gus Malzahn's expectations are for this quarterback group and what the battle looks like from here on out?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got about 5 quarterbacks out there right now. I know that he wants to narrow that down, you know, over the course of the spring. We asked him today if he wants to name a quarterback during the spring or if he wants to wait until fall. He said it's really doubtful that he's going to do that during the spring. He wants to give Sean White a chance to compete, and he's probably not going to be able to really do that until fall camp gets here anyway. So I wouldn't expect for Auburn to have a 2017 starter anytime soon, but they will. You know, Gus Malzahn said one of his goals today is for each player to get better, and he just kind of wants to take this as a slow process. And obviously, with the new offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey coming in, he's got a lot of catching up to do as well in terms of the quarterbacks and everything. So I think he's just kind of taking it slow right now.
And what kind of gauge did you get from some of the new coaches out there, including Chip Lindsey, just in terms of how they were sort of practicing with the guys and sort of the mentality and the attitude today in day one?
I mean, like you said, we weren't out there for very long, but from what I could tell, I mean, the guys seem to be responding to the new coaches, which includes Larry Porter, the new H-backs and tight ends coach, and then Greg Brown, the new secondary coach. Trey Matthews actually had a pretty funny comment today when someone asked him what the biggest difference is between Greg Brown and Wesley McGriff, who left for Ole Miss, and he said the skin color was the only difference that he saw, and everybody was laughing about it. But like I said, funny. I think that he's a good fit for the program. I think Malzahn has brought in some guys that his players are responding to, and it seemed to show out there in practice today.
Okay, Wes, my last question for you. Gus Malzahn talking to the media earlier, obviously a long laundry list of guys that are either departing from the team, won't be out here at spring practice, or are injured, battling through that. Who are some of the biggest impact players that you see?
Well, four players are now off the team. 2 of them are graduating, and then the other 2 basically are not on the team anymore. That's Stephen Davis Jr. and Markel Boston. The 2 that are transferring are Deion Mix and Cameron Toney. So, you know, of that group, I would say Markel Boston, and, you know, he was probably had most of the experience of the 4. Not a huge impact guy, I wouldn't say, just because there's a lot of depth in the secondary for Auburn right now. In terms of the injuries, though, I mean, Sean White, obviously we mentioned before, is not out there. Kyle Davis and Darius Slayton, 2 receivers that are injured and are not. Well, actually, I think Gus Malzahn said Kyle Davis is dealing with some personal business, and he expects him back after spring practice. But he's definitely, I would say, one of the biggest impact guys. But at the same time, he missed all of last spring as well with various injuries, and he didn't really seem to skip a beat when he was able to come back in the fall. So, you know, John Tavius Johnson's injured, KJ Britt is injured. So there's just a lot of guys that are kind of banged up right now. But it's spring, you know. There's plenty of time for these guys to get healthy.
Absolutely. All right, he's Wes Sinor. I'm Lauren Sisler. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, you can catch video from day one of practice as well as all your Auburn Tiger updates. Check it out on AL.com.